Hold on. Uh, what up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Smooth grow up. What are y'all talking about? What up with y'all in the chat? I gotta turn all these. I gotta call these lights off. Hold on. Here, Raquel. Raquel, here, Raquel.
You're such a punk.
Here, chat. Y'all want to see Raquel? Here, chat. Y'all want to see Raquel?
Hey, stop! I look bummy.
Mm-mm-mm.
You're mean.
Chat. Oh! All right, chat. I didn't. I updated a little bit, but I just moved. That's all. That's the update. What up? What up? What up? What y'all chat? I do need lotion on my elbows. Now I ain't gonna lie. There was a day. Oh my god, my elbows were. It was trash. It was bad. It was a day when my elbows were horrible. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. No, not bleeding, but like, hold on. Let me show y'all. I got the picture. It's a bad picture too. You would be like, nigga, what are you doing? Oh, y'all can't even see it because that white spot on my just straight ash. Tragic, man. Hawks 40 wins or no. I'm going to tell y'all right now, if that team can't get more than. I'm going to tell you right now, if the Hawks are not at bare minimum broaching 50 wins, they're going to have to cut ties with somebody. First and foremost, how everyone doing? It's been a very eventful past few days. Media day came and went. A lot of crazy things to discuss about. Giannis in the front office had a discussion, but Giannis apparently doesn't remember it. There's some more Kawhi Leonard news happening as well. LeBron was supposed to receive, or he was okay with receiving an extension. However, for whatever reason, the Lakers decided to decline it. News going on about what's my man name called? Yeah, then he had a nerve issue today, even though he went to go on Kai stream. So there's that. And then where I get this shirt from, you can check it out in my TikTok shop. My TikTok shop link will be in the description. You can check it out there. You can check it out my TikTok shop. Yeah. However, there are two big pieces of news. You know, so crazy real talk. I'm actually not even joking. I just got this off a TikTok shop. I'm not even joking. I'm not even trying to be funny. Not even trying to be funny. I literally got it off of a TikTok shop ad. I was like, oh, that's a dope ass shirt. However, before we get into the media day stuff and some other miscellaneous things going on, I first wanted to lead with the two big pieces of news that happened today. The first one being the Napheesa Collier stuff and the things she said about the WNBA, and then the Kuminga contract extension that kind of leads into a bunch of stuff. Any cologne on your TikTok shop, low? I'm joking. I don't have a TikTok shop. I don't. I'm not selling stuff on TikTok. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not. I'm just joking. But I did buy this shirt specifically from TikTok. Because I'm gonna be honest with you all, this is a lot. Now I don't know what I should lead with. It's a bunch of questionable things. I feel as if like the fee news was crazy. I was actually surprised that Fee came out and said the things in what she said. What she said. Who is Fee? Napheesa. Fee is gold. She dope. Um. Yeah. Let me knock out the Kuminga news real quick because the Kuminga news is. Raquel told me to move the clothes. The Kuminga news isn't. The Kuminga news isn't really that crazy. In all honesty, it's actually pretty. It's pretty tame. Pretty tame. So, um, Kuminga, for those who are unaware, Kuminga just signed a 2-year contract extension, or not even really extension, just a 2-year contract with the Warriors. This has been an ongoing issue with Golden State throughout really the past 2 to 3 years. It's heightened over this past offseason as Kuminga has consistently tried to find a understanding between the two. But here it is on your screen. Oh shit! I forgot I moved a couple things around. But ending a summer-long stalemate. Jonathan Kuminga has agreed to a 2-year, $48.5 million contract to return to the Golden State Warriors. Agent Aaron Turner told ESPN. The deal has a team option designed for the contract to be ripped up and renegotiated next summer. So, and someone... someone put it in the chat too. Yeah, so let me go to Sham because Shams has a whole Also from that as well, free agent guard Seth Curry has agreed to a 1-year deal with the Golden State Warriors, and then before this happened as well, there was more Warriors news also. Gary Payton II and DeAnthony Melton have committed to signing deals to return to the Golden State Warriors. And then before that, it was Al Horford. Free agent Al Horford has committed to a multi-year deal with Golden State. Agent Josh, I don't know how to pronounce his name. After 7 years in the past, 7 out of 7 of the past 9 years in Boston and winning a 2024 title. Shout out to Big Horford. Shout out to Big Horford. Shout out to Big Horford. Big Al. You know what's so funny? I remember real niggas remember. Remember when we were Agent and I used to joke about the great Al Horford? Ah, man. Special times. Oh man, the great Al Horford, man. Special days, man. Good times. But again, I guess a lot of people, we should have known that this was going to come down the pipeline after them signing Kuminga. I mean, not Kuminga. After signing Horford, then Melton and GP2 kind of came back. It then opened up a runway. There it is, a great Al Horford. It opened up a runway for some type of agreement to be reached between the two parties with Kuminga and the Warriors, but also they were on a deadline. They had to come to a conclusion before tomorrow or by tomorrow, one of the two. But I think it's going to be a pretty quick article, but I do think that there's a couple of highlights. So again, the deal includes a team option in the second year that is designed for the Warriors or any other team if and when Kuminga is traded during the upcoming season, which to me sounds as if like they're definitely looking to do so. To rip it up and complete a fresh new contract after the 25-26 campaign. Also, the Warriors agreed to a 1-year deal. Okay, whatever. Ahead of Wednesday's qualifying offer deadline, Kuminga chose a 2-year deal over the proposed 3-year and $75 million so he can maintain a higher level of control over his immediate Warrior future. The Warriors never wavered on their team option framework during negotiations. Now both sides understand the likelihood of exploring trades when Kuminga is eligible to be moved in mid-January. As part of the deal, waiving his inherent no trade clause. This is probably the biggest thing this is probably the most important aspect of it. And I actually said this as well when I tweeted before I even read that piece, where it's effectively as good as a win-win that you can get to. Kuminga gets significantly more money than the qualifying offer, because the qualifying offer was only going to be around $8 million. If my math serves me correct, it's like 15 million more. And then the Warriors get to keep financial flexibility and are in position to trade Kuminga by the deadline. So that is the benefit of this. And also, if you're Kuminga, you look at this through the lens of, I am also in a position to where if I need to pivot in a certain direction, I can do so and still have the flexibility of still being a free agent next year. In my opinion, the framework of this maximizes Kuminga's ability to earn more and also maximizes the flexibility. And I'm going to be honest with you all, it seems as if like Kuminga is going to be traded anyway. He's going to be traded. The way that Sham's articles reads, the way that you can just outline everything leading up to this point, the reason why Kuminga didn't want to sign is because he didn't want a team option, but the Warriors were consistently always putting out their team option deals. This put everyone in the situation, including a potential third-party suitor, in a very advantageous situation to where everyone has as much flexibility as possible, including the Lakers. Now, I'm pretty sure somewhere around here, here we go. The Suns and Sacramento Kings were the strongest suitors for Kuminga in the trade talks, with the largest sign and trade offer coming from the Suns as a 4-year, nearly $90 million deal with a player option. The Warriors never showed interest in either team's trade proposal, however, declined concepts of Royce O'Neal and a second-round pick from the Suns and Malik Monk in a protected first-round pick from the Kings. Now, I am of the belief, I'm of the belief that the reason why the Warriors are still declining these opportunities has a lot to just do with the fact that if you are the Warriors, you potentially believe in around mid-January, February, a team will become desperate enough to where they would probably want Kuminga, and they're providing more in return besides Royce O'Neal or Malik Monk. That's it. I'm assuming that is probably what's the why you would put yourself in this situation. However, if you're just Kuminga, congratulations to you. You got a lot of money, and I do mean a lot of money in contrast to what the other option was, and you still get to keep your flexibility. I am prepared for Kuminga to get traded by the deadline, and I don't think that anything is going to change that, like, at all. Like, I just don't think anything's going to change that at all. Now, that's the Kuminga news, and I do want to. We're going to get into Media Day stuff and even make a whole video about Media Day stuff on Low Post probably tomorrow, because there's a lot of like little bit of info, but not enough to like make a whole video out of it. But we got to talk about the fee stuff, the Napheesa Collier. Why do I keep like botching? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with me? Jesus. Why the fuck do I keep butchering her? Why can't I say butcher? What the fuck is wrong with me? What the fuck? Whoa. Jeez. Okay. All right. Napheesa Napheesa. So, the Napheesa Collier. Jesus! Napheesa. Jesus. Napheesa. For those who are like out of the mix, out of the loop, Napheesa. Napheesa. Oh my fuck. Napheesa. They just, I don't, it's actually a lot. It's actually, let me see something. Let me see if they put something in the chat. We get to see. Hold on, chat. Yeah, I took too many. I popped too many Tylenols, chat. I popped too many Tylenols. Let's see if someone is going to get fired today. We're going to go into Notion and we're going to see if they've done the research to see. Let's see. So we have the 9:30 stream stuff. Oh, there you go. Napheesa versus Wnba and big boss Kathy. Big boss Kathy, big boss Kathy, man, big boss. Massa Kathy, man. Oh man, I ain't gonna lie. The shit that she claimed that she said, these are all allegations, but we're gonna get into it now. Napheesa, one of the league's best players in the W, unfortunately suffered an injury by a very, I don't want to say it's brutal, but a pretty physical play by the hand of AT. And if I want to be able to, Alyssa Thomas, just in case y'all don't know what it is. And this is the play where, I'm gonna be honest with you, it looked like a clean rip. It looked like a clean steal.
Collier gets it back, but Alyssa Thomas picks her pocket. AT streaks in.
So Alyssa pulls off the steal, but as you can see on the back end, Fee gets clipped, and Fee's hurt. As Alyssa gets a steal, gets a layup, you can see the head coach of the Lynx storm on the floor. Storms on the floor.
Still on the floor, Cheryl Reed and the rest of her staff streaking onto the floor.
So, W coach, definitely W coach. Fee unfortunately gets severely injured in this play. Fee gets injured in this play.
The tip was clean.
And because of her getting injured, yeah, it's tough. And because of her getting injured, she ends up missing the remainder of the series, and the Lynx end up losing. Now, this opened up the dialogue in the community about if that was a foul, if it was not a foul. Some people believe that people were overreacting just because she ended up getting hurt. However, for those who are unaware, this has been an ongoing conversation for the last handful of seasons about the inconsistencies with the officiating and how they allow the game to be too physical, which then, of course, puts players at jeopardy to get injured, such as this. And so this has been an ongoing dialogue. I don't want to spend too much time on that ongoing dialogue because people potentially were trying to acknowledge this last year with how physical people were being with Caitlin Clark in her rookie season, but people were just mushed off to the side and said, y'all are just sitting here coping for that white woman. But I do think there was some very valid criticism to the refereeing, and apparently this has been an ongoing theme the entire time. And so a lot of people are pointing to the fact that unfortunately, due to the inconsistent refereeing, not only was the game lost, but then the series was lost because the coach and player is no longer available to perform, which then kind of resulted into the Lynx doing exit interviews. And in the exit interview, Fee decided to drop the ether. She decided to drop the hammer. She decided to give us a piece of her mind. And at first, we thought it was going to be something that was, light, something that was professional, something that was a bit written out of the script. But she used the opportunity to not only criticize the refereeing, but also use the opportunity to highlight other issues that the league is facing as well.
Thank you all for your time today. I have prepared a statement that I would like to make before taking any questions. All right. So first of all, I'd like to congratulate the Mercury for advancing to the finals. And I want to be clear, this conversation is not about winning or losing. It's about something much bigger. The real threat to our league isn't money, it isn't ratings, or even missed calls, or even physical play. It's the lack of accountability from the league office. Since I've been in the league, you've heard the constant concerns about officiating, and it has now reached levels of inconsistency that plague our sport and undermine the integrity in which it operates. Whether the league cares about the health of the players is one thing, but to also not care about the product we put on the floor is truly self-sabotage. Year after year, the only thing that remains consistent is the lack of accountability from our leaders. Sorry, I had to walk here in my boot. I'm kind of out of breath. The league has a buzzword that they've rolled out as talking points for the CBA as to why they can't pay the players what we're worth. That word is sustainability. But what's truly unsustainable is keeping a good product on the floor while allowing officials to lose control of games. Fans see it every night. Coaches, both winning and losing, point it out every night in pregame and postgame media. Yet leadership just issues fines and looks the other way. They ignore the issues that everyone inside the game is begging to be fixed. That is negligence. At Unrivaled this past February, I sat across from Kathy and asked how she planned to address the officiating issues in our league. Her response was, well, only the losers complain about the refs. I also asked how she planned to fix the fact that players like Caitlin, Angel, and Paige, who are clearly driving massive revenue for the league, are making so little for their first 4 years. Her response was, Caitlin should be grateful she makes $16 million off the court, because without the platform that the WNBA gives her, she wouldn't make anything. And in that same conversation, she told me players should be on their knees thanking their lucky stars for the media rights deal that I got them.
Now I'm gonna be honest with you all. We're gonna listen to the rest of that, but I'm gonna just keep it a bean. These are all allegations because these are conversations that happen privately. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think that there's any rhyme or reason for me to believe that she came out and lied about the dialogue that had happened between her and Massa Kathy, claiming that someone should they should be on their knees. On their knees. The players that are performing, that put the league in a situation in the first place. But it's Massa Kathy that should be receiving the praise, that should be the one that is receiving all the applause as the players are on their knees. As a sidebar, what the fuck should they be on their knees for if you're not even raising the amount of money they should get paid? Explain that to me. What am I on my knees for if you're still not even paying me more? What is it? What is it? But to even tell somebody they should be on their knees for something that they are producing is fucking ridiculous. To follow that up by saying that Caitlin Clark, she's lucky. It's a privilege for her to be in the W because that's the reason why she got the endorsement deals off the court. Be very mindful. Bro, Caitlyn came into the league with those endorsement deals. Caitlyn came into the league with the fanfare, with the attention, with the popularity. She brought that to the league, not the other way around. That's not how that goes. And to even then claim also, to a lesser level, that the criticism towards officiating isn't valid because it only comes from losers, that is a joke. That's a joke. Now, I've heard many people claim, and we'll go into this in later segments, but I've heard many people claim, why is it that Fee came out and said this publicly? Two reasons. First being, they've been having private conversations where many of these concerns have been voiced for years. Specifically, this year has been reported at least 2 to 3 times between Fee and Massa Cathy. 2 to 3 times this season alone. And it's always been met with dismissal comments such as those. And so, if the private convos aren't really going anywhere, then I'll make it public, especially for the second reason, and that is the negotiations that's coming up for the new CBA. Now, I'm going to let everyone know this and understand my stance on the WNBA players receiving more money has not changed. Respectfully to the people who keep, and I'm gonna be, let me go all the way into this. Part of the reason why I don't make WNBA content to the tune of which other people do is because I feel like I am not informed enough to have an opinion, especially a loud one, on these type of conversations. So I leave that up to people who are much more informed. But even as someone who I believe I'm not that informed about the situation, I can still listen and hear other people who are not informed enough. And respectfully, to those people, y'all need to shut the fuck up. The players have provided more than enough eyes and revenue for them to ask and demand for more money. That's as simple as it goes. And for the people, and I'm going to say this for the last time respectfully, because after this, I just won't give a fuck. Especially for people who've never ran a business, who never went to school for business, who don't know how any of this shit operates. An entity, a business, does not have to be profitable for the workers to receive a higher wage. That's not how that goes. There are several examples of this existing all throughout our lives. There's a possibility that YouTube isn't profitable. We know for a fact Twitch isn't profitable. Kick isn't profitable. Most of these platforms that we're on are not profitable, and yet streamers, content creators receive more money. Restaurants will go years before they reach profitability, but that does not then mean that you cannot receive more money. And people need to also comprehend that there is a difference between meeting the threshold of profitability and being profitable. Those are two different things. Two different things. There is a real possibility, especially in this new CBA that will include a new TV deal and all of the other avenues of money to be made. There is a real possibility that the WNBA is going to walk past the threshold of profitability. But the question is, what are they doing with that money? What are you doing with it? That's the question. That's the question. So, people need to comprehend and understand that there are differences. If I'm at a an example. I run a restaurant, right? I run a restaurant. The restaurant struggles. I hire a new cast of cooks and waitresses. The cooks and waitresses, food is perfect, service is perfect, everything is great. Because of that alone, my revenue goes up and I'm now profitable. But with the new profits that I have, I then decide to take the money and put it towards a new paint job outside. I decide to invest it into those inflatable people that, they wave in the air to get people's attention. I then decide to put it towards other things that actually do not generate any interest or not any significant enough interest to my company. But because I spent that money in those ways, a company that clearly would have been profitable is now no longer profitable. Now, I had the ability to pay the workers more, but I decided to spend the money in other ways. That is how a company can meet and pass the threshold of being profitable, but still may not be profitable because the company has decided to spend the money in other ways. That's how that goes. That's how that goes. Now, I'm not saying that that's exactly what's happening here. The sad part about it is that we actually don't know what's happening here because the other side of the table doesn't want to be transparent. But you cannot continue to push this idea that the league is struggling, that they're not profitable, that we don't need to complain about refereeing and all these other things. If viewership continues to go up with or without Caitlyn, with or without Paige, with or without Angel Reese, viewership still goes up. You're getting franchise fees because you're expanding. So now that's more money coming in. You're about to sign a new TV deal that will be installed into the new CBA. And somehow, some way, you're telling me you're not able to give us more money because it's too much on the unprofitable business that we're running. But yet you're willing to expand to pay even more players because that's what they're about to do. They're about to expand the league. They're about to introduce new teams. So you're going to spend more money on players regardless, but you can't give the players that are already there more money. That does not make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. That just doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. This is news. Whoa. Wowzers. We're going to continue to listen Fee cook up, but there was news that just broke that y'all are telling me. Breaking. Massa Cathy is likely to exit as WNBA commissioner after CBA negotiations. She hasn't connected. She's not a relationship builder. Wow. Wowzers. Damn. Got her the fuck out of here. Now, we don't know if this is true or not, but got her all the way the fuck out of here. But if what she said, and as a sidebar, someone has a tweet about here we go. As Fee made those comments, this is what WNBA Massa Cathy issued the following statements. I have the utmost respect for Fee and for all of the players in the WNBA. Together, Together, we all worked tirelessly to transform this league. My focus remains on ensuring a bright future for the players and the WNBA, including collaborating on how we continue to elevate the game. I'm disheartened. I'm so disheartened by how Fee characterized our conversation in league leadership. But even when our perspectives differ, my commitment to the players and to this work will never waver. So did you tell them to get on their knees or not? That's what we want to know. We can all that shit you said. Did you tell them to get on their knees or no? Like that's it. I don't need to hear the bullshit rendition about how much you give a fuck. Be very mindful you're the same one that effectively invited some of the ridiculous comments and toxic environment that was being breeded last year between ridiculous fans on both sides of the aisle, especially the white fans that were being racist towards all the other black players. And you sat there and said, oh man, this is good. It reminds me back in the day in the 80s when Magic and Bird. Remember you said that? So right now, I don't need to hear none of that shit. I just need to hear, did you tell them to get on their knees? They should be on their knees thanking you. Is that what you said? Now, the other angle to this as well, and why Fee coming out, why Napheesa coming out is so important, why it's so important is because Napheesa is also one of the faces, if not probably the biggest faces, of the new league that has emerged called Unrivaled, that has put a lot of pressure on the WNBA to make some form of commitment. Because more than likely, in a month's time, is a deadline for the WNBA and the league to come to an agreement. And if they don't, then it's going to be a lockout, which means the only way to watch these players would be... Oh, she owns it. My bad. She owns it. Shut up. I know she owns it, but she owns it with other players. I don't want to make it seem like it's just her. Stu, I know I thought it was like 3 of them. I know it's Stewie. It's just those 2. Okay, there you go. Brianna. That's okay. Y'all tell me. I know Stewie and Fee own it. I do know that, but I didn't want to make it seem like it was just her. Regardless, though, with Unrivaled now presenting itself as a legitimate option to, at bare minimum, be fair to the players. And if they go into a lockout where they're not playing because they cannot come into an agreement, then Unrivaled, the league in which co-founded by Fee, will have so much leverage to be the only place to provide high-level women's basketball. Tough! That's tough. But let's continue this real quick.
That's mentality driving our league from the top. We go to battle every day to protect a shield that doesn't value us. The league believes it succeeds despite its players, not because of them. We go to battle every day to protect a shield that doesn't value us. The league believes it succeeds despite its players, not because of them. I have the privilege of watching my husband run a league where he has to balance 100 different things at once. I won't pretend the job is easy, but even with all of that on his plate, he always takes the time to reach out to players when he sees an injury, whether it's Unrivaled or even during the WNBA season. That is what leadership looks like. It's the human element. It's basic integrity, and it's the bare minimum any leader should embody. This year alone, I've gotten calls, texts, and well wishes from so many players across the league. Those moments remind me that sometimes there are things bigger than the results than this game we play. But do you know who I haven't heard from? Kathy. Not one call, not one text. Instead, the only outreach has come from her number 2 telling my agent that she doesn't believe physical play is contributing to injuries.
That is a fucking unserious statement as a sidebar. That is such a unserious statement. Especially saying that after the specific player that you're talking to and the injuries that have occurred to her, to sit here and see how she got injured and to say that you don't think physical play. Are y'all serious?
That is infuriating. And it's the perfect example of the tone-deaf, dismissive approach that our leaders always seem to take. I've finally grown tired. For too long, I have tried to have these conversations in private, but it's clear there is no intention of accepting there's a problem. The league has made it clear it isn't about innovation, it isn't about collaboration, it's about control and power. I've earned this platform and I've paid the price to get here, and now I have a responsibility to speak on behalf of the fans and everyone in this league that deserves better. Our leadership's answer to being held accountable is to suppress everyone's voices by handing out fines. I'm not concerned about a fine. I'm concerned about the future of our sport. At some point, everyone deserves to hear the truth from someone who I hope has earned the benefit of the doubt to fight for what is right and fair for our athletes and our fans. We have the best players in the world. We have the best fans in the world. But right now, we have the worst leadership in the world. If I didn't...
Fee, let's not jump the gun. Let's not jump the gun on the worst leadership. There's a nigga in office right now, so let's not jump the gun. Not too much, Fee. I feel you, but not too much. Not too much. Y'all niggas talking about Adam. Yeah. I'm not talking about basketball anymore. Yeah, I'm not talking about basketball.
know exactly what the job entailed, maybe I wouldn't feel this way. But unfortunately for them, I do. We serve a league that has shown they think championship coaches and Hall of Fame players are dispensable, and that's fine, it's professional sports. But I will not stand quietly by and allow different standards to be applied at the league level. Thank you.
Okay. There's also one more segment I do want to watch about this, but overall, I just believe that the WNBA is in trouble. I think that they're going to go into a lockout. I don't think that that's that crazy of a take either. But more importantly, they're going to go in a lockout, and we're still at this point where we have to convince a bunch of people about what's happening, how it's undeserving, and for whatever reason, anytime that WNBA players voice their opinion or frustrations, it's immediately met with, you're a woman, so I don't want to hear it. Or just some nonsense about financial compensations not being able to be reached because the league is not profitable, despite the fact that everything points to the league either if not profitable now, will instantly be profitable as soon as the next year begins, when the new CBA kicks off and the new TV deal will be in it. So I have no idea what more. I don't know what more do people want. I just don't know. I don't know what more people want. I don't know what more has to be said. And again, I don't really comment on a lot of this stuff because I'm just not familiar enough with it for me to have a hard take on it. And I just don't want to come across as ignorant, especially when it is something basically involving the growth of a league and the empowerment of people who have put themselves in a situation to where they should get paid what they're owed. I feel as if, like, in any other circumstance, especially in America, we should be able to lean either heavy towards the workers or just shut the fuck up. If you're not familiar, you don't know what's going on, please stop. But every time I hear people sit here and say they're not profitable. That's why it's that. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. And as a sidebar, the WNBA is getting to a point now where almost every game that they're putting on like ESPN and ABC is reaching 1 million views. Almost every single game. No matter who's involved. So if you cannot make the league profitable with that level of popularity, nigga, you're doing something wrong. You're just doing something wrong, bro. You're doing something wrong, bro. You're just doing something wrong. Cedric, you're all right. It's not about profitability, but revenue sharing. Facts. So yeah, it is what it is. Um, and this is let me actually. I think I can find it quickly. Hold on, what is this? I'm still not sure if Kathy knows I retired. Heard from everyone but her. Tough. 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 Tough, tough, tough. Yeah, future Hall of Famer. Future Hall of Famer. Before wait, there's definitely here we go. This is what I wanted to show. Most watched WNBA regular season ever on ESPN networks. Across 25 games, the 2025 WNBA season averaged 1.3 million views, up 6% year over year. Televised the most watched WNBA game on ESPN network in history, 2.7 million, Chicago Sky at Indiana on May 17th. ESPN networks featured 8 of the top 10 most watched WNBA games during this season. WNBA Countdown presented by Google averaged 550,000 viewers, up 7%. So, I just don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what more. When you're getting to the threshold where you're averaging over 1 million views every time, bro, we're entering like MLB numbers. Like we're getting close to MLB numbers. And if you're telling me that you can't functionally make a lot of money off of that, that means y'all are doing something wrong, bro. Y'all are doing something wrong. All right. Speaking of WNBA, I don't know if we can watch the game. Just as a sidebar, I don't know if we can watch the game. But yes, the game is about to start in about 8 minutes. So, I don't know. I don't know if we can watch the game. Green ball, it's a new update. It's an update. That's the reason why you're able to see the what you call it. I saw that as well. I saw this as well. Just when you thought it couldn't get more degenerate, Amazon will allow NBA fans to connect their FanDuel accounts and display live bet/place bets on screen during NBA action. I just want y'all niggas to know. I want y'all niggas to know, bro. They don't give a fuck. They just don't give a fuck. They just want to make as much money as possible, and I feel it. I mean, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, we should also. I just feel like players should get some benefit behind it. So the people on YouTube or anybody else who missed it, we already talked about the Kuminga news already, so that we've passed that point, and we just got done with the fee news. Now after Napheesa. What the fuck? Napheesa. After Napheesa news, we're going to have quickly around Media Day. We're going to quickly discuss things that happened over the past couple of days, putting ourselves in a situation about what's been going on in Media Day. Out the gate, shout out to Jason Tatum. W. Jason Tatum in the chat, man. W. Jason Tatum in the chat.
Rusty is a motherfucker.
Shout out to Jason Tatum. He's already back on the court, playing basketball. He looks good, looks solid. I do have some potential concerns about how quickly he's out there. He's talking about how he's more explosive than he was before. You know, I want to take your time. I don't want you to get out there too soon. But I love to see him out there playing basketball. Kyrie also gave an update on his ACL injury.
When I'm coming back, so please don't ask me. You know, there's no timetable of when I'm coming back, so please don't ask me when I'm coming back. Please don't badger me with all the questions like, hey, if you're healthy by November, what do you think about it? Like, please don't badger me with any questions, guys. I'm going to be ready when I'm ready, and I'm taking the necessary steps to put my best foot forward, and I'm enjoying it. You know, this is not possible without the tribe that I've grown up around. And, you know, I'm always going to make sure I pay my respect and show love to, you know, a tribe that's grown with me since I was a kid, you know, because I love basketball. You know, I really do. I love basketball with all of my heart because it saved me from a lot of things that I probably could have got caught. You know,
So, Kai giving his update. Let me see. But he is in the gym. The one thing I always find fascinating about NBA players, is like how, like, even whatever they're doing doesn't seem like it's possible, but it is just because, like, the speed in which they play at, what would be normal speed for, like, most of us, is, genuinely speaking, a really, really slow pace. Kuminga chose this 2-year deal over the 3 years, $75 million, so he can maintain high. We read this already. We read this already. Oh, the Bucks. I mean, the Giannis stuff. Oh man.
Well, Wes, thank you for the.
Oh man. So apparently, the front office and Giannis are not on the same page. I don't know how this happened, but boy, this is tough.
Wes, just on the same Giannis note, what kind of conversations maybe you had with him throughout the summer as far as where his head's at and his commitment level to where you guys stand and as far as the ability to compete for championships going forward?
Yeah, I mean, I had a great conversation with Giannis back in June out here, and he made it clear that he was very committed to Milwaukee. He likes being here. He likes his family being here. He thinks that the team is obviously, again, we've had some kind of bad fortune in these last couple of years in the playoffs, but there's a lot of positives. Obviously the move for Miles was a was a big decision for us. You don't, stretch wave Damian Lillard, without a lot of introspection. I mean, Damian is obviously a tremendous basketball player. He's also.
So he said that he had a conversation back in June when Giannis was asked the question about what happened. Whoa, I didn't see that. Where's the tweet at where Giannis said, I don't remember that. Where's that tweet at? If somebody has that tweet, please put it in the chat. Please put that in the chat.
Milwaukee Bucks Media Day was underway here, but without star Giannis Antetokounmpo, who was back home in Greece after testing positive for COVID. Now, Giannis did join and talk to reporters via Zoom, and his voice sounded a little bit scratchy, but he said he was feeling a lot better and was hoping to join the team sometime later this week. Now, Giannis was disappointed not being here for the start of camp, but he also confirmed reporting from our Shams Charania over the summer that said that Giannis explored his options outside of Milwaukee this offseason to see where was best for him to win that second championship. And Giannis said, quote, "It's the same thing I've been saying for my whole career. I want to be on a team that allows me and gives me a chance to win a championship. I think it's a disservice to basketball and to the game to not to want to compete at a high level and to want your season to end in April."
So there's that. Then somebody finally put it in there. Shout out to Underdog, NBA. Also shout out to my man Ryan. I don't know how to pronounce your name. But when Giannis was asked, just over an hour later, he said, "I cannot recall that meeting." Tough! That's tough. And then apparently Giannis was discussing with his wife about being in Athens.
Ναι, το βλέπεις να γίνεται. Ναι, αυτό πραγματικά το πιστεύεις. Ναι, το βλέπεις να γίνεται. Ναι, δεν ξέρω για κάποιο λόγο πότε παίζω στην εθνική.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you, Giannis. We're not doing that. I told my wife, she looked at me, I said, "What do you prefer? To stay in Greece or do you prefer to go to Milwaukee?" She looks at me and says, "In Athens." Tough! That's tough. I can't hold you, man. That's tough. That's just tough. That's tough, bro. That's tough. So I don't know who to believe. I don't know what's going on. We already discussed that early on. These niggas, shout out to the Warriors, man. They got the deal done. Deal on the table. 39 Horford. 35 Draymond. 36 Jimmy. 32 Buddy. 37-year-old Curry, dog. The Golden State Warriors projected starting five could be the oldest in the NBA. Woo! Nigga in the chat said stacked. You right, nigga. You right, nigga. It's stacked with a bunch of Ben Gay and 401k convos, nigga. AARP club and all that shit, nigga. Be serious, nigga. That shit is not stacked, nigga. Nigga, shout out to them though. They got their 10 players, chat. They got their 10 players. 7 of them motherfuckers is over the age of 35, but they got them 10 players, dog. They got them. Also, bro, before we get to the Lakers shit, we can jump to the Clippers real quick. And before we get to the Kawhi shit, no, I need to see that picture of this nigga. This nigga. This nigga.
I don't know.
Man, go ball, nigga. Just let it go, bro. Go bald. Go bald. Just cut this shit off, nigga. God, yeah, Bron as well. Nigga, we get it. You're old. Yeah, that's the one right there. That's the one. That's the one. I was like, nigga, just cut the fucking... Yeah, we talked about this too. Seth Curry expected to be waived by the... Oh. What the fuck? This was the video. Like, come on. Nigga, you told them to give you a lineup? Man, cut that shit, bro. Come on, bro. Go ahead and fucking chop this shit off. Get yourself a baldy. Let's keep it pushing, nigga. Like, what are you doing, my nigga? Be serious. You're not serious. You came to the first day of school with a semi-baldy on. How your forehead got a 5 o'clock shadow, nigga? Matter of fact, your forehead not a 5 o'clock shadow. Your forehead got a 12 o'clock shadow, nigga. Cut that shit all the way off, nigga. Cut it off. Cut that shit off. Another thing. Oh yeah, that KB tweet. KB had a banger. He really stole it off of TikTok, but it is what it is. Like, Paul George, hang it up. Oh, man. This shit is nuts. Man, this shit is a fucking... You know what's scary? You don't really know what an undefined arm looks like in an NBA jersey until you see one. You don't when you see niggas when they don't got the muscle no more, because you don't really connect with like muscle tone until you see these niggas with no more muscle tone. Oh my word. Nigga, stop flexing.
Well, I like Cleveland. I keep joking with the guys. I didn't even know Cleveland had water, so.
This nigga's just unserious. It does not get talked about enough. It does not get talked about enough. Bro, the Brooklyn Nets, from when they tried to build that first super team, when they were getting Darren Williams, Joe Johnson, KG, and Paul Pierce, to them getting KD, Kyrie, and Harden. Bro, them niggas traded away over 20 first-round picks. Over 20 first-round picks. And this is their roster. This is their roster. They never won a championship. They never got to the finals. They never made it to the conference finals. And there was only 1 year through that entire process where you could even argue that they were a title contending team. I have never in my life seen a team ship off that much draft capital for the roster to now look like this. Nah, they walk past that a little too fast. I don't know, Chris Middleton always looked washed to me. But this nigga Kuzma. That nigga took the purple and gold off and lost all his aura, bro. This nigga lost all his aura, bro. Lo, the Wizards are going to play the Nets 4 times, and you don't think they can win 25 games? Hey, man, it's going to be an ass off in Denver. Ball over the shoulder posing. I'm going to tell you right now, if I'm an NBA player, a photographer could never tell me to do this pose. Never in his fucking life. He could never tell me to do this pose. I'll bend over backwards before I pose like this, nigga. You lost your fucking mind. This is the wash. I am wash almost out the league pose.
Year 75.
This was nuts. The lighting made this nigga look like he had salt and pepper gray hair. Oh my word. Oh my word.
Your tenure here, what is the player that you most missed on the court and off the court?
My nigga Jared Vanderbilt and Josh Okogie.
As a sidebar, Luka is dead ass. That nigga is dead ass 6'8", 6'9", bro. Like, he's basically the same height as LeBron. That's crazy. That's crazy. Somebody said Luka also doesn't have arm definition. He doesn't. I don't know how Luka does it. And it does like Luka put on some more. He put back on some weight. That's tough. I can't even make fun of Dame. I'm happy Dame is back in Portland. I'm happy Dame back in Portland. I'm happy Dame back in Portland. I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him, man. I'm happy for him. I'm happy. I'm happy for him, man. Now, 2 interviews that we have to go over before I end this stream. Kawhi and this nigga Lawrence Frank. Because these two niggas clearly just don't give a fuck. And also, do they not only do they not give a fuck, a nigga in the chat said, oh, that's Eli. Low been dragging this Kawhi shit. OMG. Nigga, shut up, nigga. Shut up. Shut up. This is Kawhi's first time responding to everything. This is the first time we're going to hear anyone in the Clippers organization comment on these allegations, and me not talking about it would be so irresponsible on my end. Nigga, shut up. Shut up. And even one thing, I was originally going to make an entire video about it, but I was like, I don't really think it needs an entire video.
Kawhi, Lauren Rosen with FanDuel. I remember how much it meant to you to go into the playoffs healthy.
Around you and the Clippers NBA investigation last month. Somebody's already clutch. Kawhi, somebody's already clutch points. Good to see you again. Just curious, there's been a lot of talk around you and the Clippers NBA investigation last month. Just curious how you're kind of approaching this training camp and kind of not letting that, get in the way, distract you or anything like that.
Oh, I mean, it's easy for me. I don't read headlines or do conspiracies, theories, or anything like that. So, it's about the season and what we got ahead of us right now. And tomorrow we'll start camp and see what we got.
Do you have any reaction or statement regarding some of the things that have been alleged over the last month?
No. I mean, the NBA is going to do their job. None of us did no wrongdoing. That's it. We invite the investigations. It's not going to be a distraction for me or the rest of the team.
Hi, Ramona Shelburne, ESPN. What is your understanding of the endorsement deal that you had with the company that's been talked to Aspiration, and did you perform any services for them?
When you say understanding, what do you mean?
Like of the contract you signed and how much money you were to receive, what you were supposed to perform for those services?
I understand that full contract and the services that I had to do.
Okay, I'm actually floored that he openly stated that. I see Raquel saying she's going to scare me. I've already seen it. I see her in the chat. I'm actually floored that he actually came out and said, I understand the full contract, because some people who were in denial were still hanging on this idea that maybe he didn't know what was going on and it was all Uncle Dennis. So now he's come out and said, I fully understand the contract. Again, I'm floored. I'm floored he came out and said that. I don't know why he said that.
Like I said, I don't deal with the conspiracies or the clickbait analysts or journalism that's going on. So that's what it is.
Well, I think the allegation was that you didn't perform any services for them. Is that accurate, or did you do things for them?
I don't think it's accurate, but it's old. This is all new to you guys. The company went bankrupt a while ago, so we already knew this was going to happen. So.
You were named as like the largest creditor in the bankruptcy filing, right? Did you actually get the money that was owed to you in the contract, or?
No. But the company went belly up. It was Friday, as everybody knows. If you want any more questions or more details about that company, you need to ask the owner or whoever else is involved in the fraud that went on.
Right. I think they said they owed you $7 million or something, right?
I'm not sure. I gotta look back at the books, but no, it's more than that for sure.
Do you have any idea of how much you actually made on that?
No, it was like 2, 3, 4 years ago.
Kawhi, Lauren Rosen with FanDuel. I remember how much it meant.
All right, so now we don't have to listen to no more Kawhi because that's all they asked. Now, some people are taking this as like, oh well, he should have got paid. He should have got paid. He's supposed to get paid more. So is Pablo's reporting correct? As of right now, it could be incorrect, but as far as we know, it was a 7-something million that was still owed on the books as a creditor, and also remember, he was supposed to get $20 million in stock points on top of that, which he didn't get neither one of them. So the $7 million isn't everything that he's owed. He's also owed $20 million before that as well. So let's be clear. Wow, that's whoa. Is this new? Breaking: Nuggets guard Russell Westbrook has declined his $3.4 million player option for next season and will become a free agent. What? Oh, this is I was about to say. Oh, this nigga is saying why. I was like, whoa. Yeah. No, somebody just put in the chat. I was like, what are we talking about? Raquel, I can hear you opening the door. I'm going to move out the way so they can see you. Come here. Here, let me open the door real quick. Hold on, chat. Let me open the door real quick. Hold on. Come here. They can see your feet. Okay.
Oh, I got that on Amazon.
Okay. What about to say? Oh, and this is the second part of it, which is Lawrence Frank.
Thing. There'll be a clear-eyed look at these allegations. Enforcements at every position. This summer, we were able to add size, the truth to come out. The assumptions and conclusions that have been made are disappointing and upsetting. And we expect the investigation will show that these allegations are wrong. I'm hurt for Steve. He's one of the best best people and most honorable people I've ever met. He does things the right way for the right reasons. And he constantly reminds us to stay on the right side of the rules. I'm also hurt for our players, our staff, and fans. And on a larger level, as I've learned more about this over the past month, I feel bad for all the people who were defrauded by this individual. Let's not forget, this was a case of widespread fraud, and there were a lot of different victims. The salary cap governs everything we do. Our mission every day is to build the best team we can under the constraints of the cap. There is no gray area. There are no secret shortcuts. It's clear what we are and are not allowed to do. The accusations made against us are serious, and they don't line up with my experience, my reality. We will cooperate with this investigation and let this process play out. But we are eager for the whole truth, the whole picture, to be revealed. We're very confident in what it will show. Questions?
Great. So please, hold on. Please raise your hand. We have only one organization. Ping, first hand up.
David Pingalore, KTLA. Lawrence, I've known you for a long time. And how do you the optics don't look good, but how do you work through this at this point as the season starts?
Yeah, well, I think there's a lot of inferences and insinuations, Ping. Obviously, I can't comment on that. But we do look forward to providing the facts to the league so they can see the entire picture, which I think is critical. We feel very, very confident we're on the right side of this, and we'll just focus on what we can control and trust the investigative process.
Hey Lawrence, BJ Matthews of the Sporting Tribune. How you doing?
Where you at?
Over here.
Oh, okay. When you say over here, that's even challenging. Yeah.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Good.
Ended the season how it ended last year. What did you and Coach Ty Lue talk about as far as roster construction?
Contributed, and then we look at if you encourage it. With that being said, we lost in the first round. Can even play some small ball. The front court, Norm was awesome for us. Like that.
The only other person who asked a question was Ramona Shelburne, and that's it.
But he also he helps us with.
See what he did there?
Yeah, good plug. And I just amplified it.
Thank you.
I think one is you acknowledge it. I mean, there's no sense with it. And then, they know that we're very confident that we're on the right side of things. And then you just focus on what you can control. I mean, if you're looking for a distraction, you can find one, right? I think what makes athletes so special is their ability just to focus on things they can control. They have great pride in being Clippers, so obviously they don't want to hear any disparaging, remarks, allegations, accusations. Yet at the same time, they're focused on playing, competing.
Is that a yes or a no, though?
Yeah.
Robertson, Kawhi's uncle, NBA investigation of this.
Competing and bringing their best.
Lawrence, this is Ramona Shelburne with ESPN. Just following up on the NBA investigation of this situation, I'll ask you the same thing I asked Steve, which was, has Dennis Robertson, Kawhi's uncle, ever asked for any extra benefits that wouldn't be allowable under the NBA salary cap directly to you? There's been a lot coming out about his asks.
Yeah, look, Dennis knows the rules, Kawhi knows the rules, Mitch Franco knows the rules, and we know the rules.
Is that a yes or a no, though?
Yes, we all know the rules.
Yeah, we better go to the game. But I just want y'all to know how fucking insane it is to just say that. Hey, has Dennis Robertson ever asked for anything beyond the CBA, what the CBA allows? He knows the rules. I know the rules. Everybody knows the rules. So is that a yes or a no? Yes, we know the rules. I just don't know how anybody can sit here and see that and then not think that we're not about to sit here and think that y'all are on some bullshit. It's crazy. That's just, I don't know, that's ridiculous. A lot of people are saying that y'all want to watch the WNBA game. Let me double check and see if I can actually show it. Let's see. Hold on, I'm about to get myself off the thing just real quick. Mm-mm-mm-hmm. It make me wanna shout. You broke my mind. I'm satisfied. Hold on. Here we go. All right, chat. Mm-mm-mm. Are you saying anything, Eli? Oh no, you're not. Your mic is muted. On Denver, say something.
Hey.
Oh, okay, cool.
Damn, they challenged in the first quarter?
Challenge in the first quarter, man.
Tell playback to have a mute button for anyone on stage. All right. No, it's fine. I'll just leave.
Okay. Eli, I let you back up. Yeah, congratulations to Kai, man. Kai hit 1 million, cut his hair. Shout out to Big Kai, man.
Yeah, LeBron was mid snipping his dreads off when we got the news
Oh yeah.
that we waited 3 months just for them to accept the original offer. So that was cool. It's cool.
Tough.
Can you hear me now again?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, sir.
Bro, I don't know what be up with certain niggas, bro, but ZL7 talking about Eli finna talk about like what the fuck are you even saying, gang? Like anyways, Marcel, my man, how you doing?
What's going on?
I'm all right, man.
That's good. That's good.
Wait, Marcel, why you just not watching the WNBA though? Why you wasn't watching it during the course of the season after the like the hype for what's the name ran out again? Talk to me nice. The dream went crazy this season before they little playoff failure. Why
Oof.
I ain't go to no game?
I don't watch WNBA.
Why is that?
I tend to find the coaching insufferable, so I just don't watch it.
Yeah, there is a lot of post play.
This nigga low, bruh.
I do actually. The
I'd
same
say
reason why I don't watch college.
Bro, the coaching is literally better in college game.
Then who? Then who?
Than the NBA.
Okay, bro.
Facts.
No,
you don't know
it's
shit about X's and O's?
Stop, bro.
Mm.
Please stop.
Man, what's a Spain pick and roll?
Oh man, shit. You stumped me. Ben Taylor got a lot of niggas with that. If you ask a nigga, name me a play, name me a set.
Oh man, I got that
No,
line
it
from
wasn't
Eli.
him, bro. It was Nikias.
No.
I got that line from Eli. He was talking to somebody. He would randomly just say, "Hey, describe a Spain pick and roll for me."
Bro, because it's like some simple shit. Like niggas don't be knowing nothing about the game, bro. So it's like, why am I finna listen to you talk? No hate to niggas that don't be knowing nothing about the game. It's just like,
good pass. Oh my goodness.
Oh my
like, I get it. Are you streaming in Discord too? Eli said he hates the W.
I can.
Bro, I hate the W because it's just not. I don't hate the W. I never said that. I just said that niggas be being performative when they be like, it's better basketball than the NBA, bro.
No,
than the NBA.
It's not.
Damn, the Dodgers are 5-0 in the third. Fuck.
Not gonna lie, playoffs been lit. I'm not gonna lie, the whole first round was literally turnover or blowouts. I mean, niggas who look at the game as plays and sets instead of concepts absolutely blow me. Maybe that's just me. What the fuck did that even mean? The game do be plays and
3
sets.
home runs. Oh man, Cincinnati.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying in theory, bro. But it's like that stuff still matters. Eli's a performative male. No, don't know me.
But man, at the end of the day, I'm just letting y'all know it's just me. I'm actually about to end the stream on YouTube if we're gonna watch the rest of this game.
Oh, it wasn't done on YouTube?
No, when I was just doing the regular stuff. However, I don't think Playback has the thing set up for what you call it. So for my people on YouTube, if you want to be able to watch the game, come over on Playback. You know what I'm saying? Drop the sub. We'll
NBA starts next month.
We'll take care of you. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, preseason starts this week.
Yeah. Preseason starting like 2 days. Not it's like
Yeah. I think actually what day is the
October 2nd.
The Abu Dhabi game. Oh shit, I'm not gonna be awake for that.
It's mad early in the morning, ain't it?
It's like 6.
Yeah, it should start at 9 a.m.
Yeah, so shout out.
Wait, nigga, what? You not gonna be awake at 9? You work like a late shift or something?
Might be awake for the second half, and not the first.
Yeah, we're not gonna get up.
Or you live on the West Coast?
Yeah.
Okay.
To my people over in YouTube, shout out to you, Dan the Man. So my people over in YouTube, come over if you want to watch the game with us. We're gonna end the stream because I don't think Playback has got the overlay set up for WNBA games yet, so y'all can't even see like anything. So we're gonna
Klarna VIP.
hit the sub. You'll be able to, you know what I'm saying? We'll take care of you. We'll take care of you.
Wizards playing champs this year. I don't want any hiding. Yeah, were you completely serious about what you said?
About what?
About if the Wizards win 25 games.
What did I say I was gonna do?
You said you were gonna do a stream like in baby oil or something.